Hey guys, it's Snuggle here back with another video, and I'll be talking about some of the chenille yarns I have tried in the past month or so, probably 2 months now. Um, so first off, recently I got back into crocheting earlier this year, and I mainly crochet hats and amigurumi, and recently grackins. I only made like 2 of them though, so I don't know if that counts, but I plan to do more. I mainly use chenille yarns for my amigurumi, so this review will be based on my amigurumi crochet use. Now, a little bit of disclaimer, let me just grab one. I use the yarn under, yarn over technique, which is why my stitches look kind of like this. And I also use clover ruler hooks. So that's just a flat out like statement there. I have tried several different popular chenille yarn brands like Hobbii, Baby Snuggle, Honey Bunny, Premier, Parfait Chunky, in the regular size and the XL size, Chenille Home Slim, Sweet Snuggles Lite, Himalayan Dolphin Baby, Ice Yarn Chenille Baby, Big Twist Posh, Bernat Blanket. I know this is a long list, but I'll try to make this video short and to the point, okay? So, long story short, quality-wise, I really like, so let me just introduce the octos real quick. This is a Premier Parfait Chunky octo, Hobbii Baby Snuggle octo, the Big Twist Posh octo, Himalayan Dolphin Baby octo, same pattern, Honey Bunny octo, or Hobbii Honey Bunny octo, Sweet Snuggles Lite octo. Yep. This is the regular Sweet Snuggles octo. Huge. Huge indeed. Bernat Blanket octo. Not an octo, but this is the Chenille Home Slim, which is basically the same size as Sweet Snuggle. Yep. Anyway, so long story short, I really like the Hobbii Honey Bunny, the Ice Yarn Chenille Baby. I don't know if you guys can see. Ice Yarn Chenille Baby and Himalayan Dolphin Baby for the soft chenille type of yarn. Let's get into the pros and cons for all of them. Okay. First chenille yarn I tried was Big Twist Posh. So this purple, well, not this purple one in particular, but Big Twist Posh. I really enjoyed it for being low shed, and it was really easily accessible because my Joann's is really close to me and I could just go in store and pick it up. And it's very affordable too. I did a cost amount for each yarn, and this one was one of the lowest by far, because you get a lot of yards and length for this with the price being low, especially when it was on sale at $5.99 or $6.99 a skein. So that was a really good deal. You cannot beat this price wise. I did wish it had more colors and came in a bulkier size, but I would say this is a good yarn for pattern testing or trying out new things. So I still have some skeins left, so I will be doing some pattern tests of my own, like when I create some patterns with this yarn, because like I said, it's low shed, it's affordable, easily accessible. It only has 15 colors that I know of, and it is smaller than Sweet Snuggles Lite. Sweet Snuggles Lite is a good size to me for your plush, as you could see. But yeah, so that was Big Twist Posh. Let's move on to the second one I tried, which was Sweet Snuggles. So I thought this was Sweet Snuggles Lite, actually, but I actually ordered the regular size, which is huge, as you can see. It gets the job done, but it sheds like crazy. This sheds like a wildfire. You touch it and it just sheds. You look at it, it sheds, honestly. And I hate working with yarn this big because it kind of hurts my hand. Like the movements that you have to do to use this yarn, it just hurts my wrist too much. It just hurts my wrist too much. Honestly, if this, I'm gonna group this with this one. These are very similar. They both shed a lot and they're bigger than the other yarns, but this one's bigger than this one, obviously. If this did not shed a lot, well, if this one did not shed a lot, I would use it mainly for my bigger plushies that I want to make, but yeah, it sheds too much, so I don't really like using it. Probably won't buy any more of this. So next one was, let's go move on to Sweet Snuggles. Like I said, I would group it, but nope. Let's move on to Sweet Snuggles Lite / Chenille Home Slim. These two, they're very similar. I think they're identical, but some of the colors, it's not consistent. So some colors shed more than other colors. Like this sheds a lot more than this one, I would say. It would be the perfect yarn, great price, good colors, bigger than other Chenille yarns, but it sheds like crazy. And different colors behave differently. Some shed more or less. Plus, Michaels barely has colors stocked up in stores. So they have it online, but they don't have it in store. When I go in store, there's barely any colors that I actually want. Which sucks, because I have to order it online. Most of these Sweet Snuggles colors that I have, I ordered it online. And that sucks, so. Okay, next up is Hobbii. Let me move this away. Hobbii, Honey Bunny, and Baby Snuggle. These two. This is Baby Snuggle. This is Honey Bunny. Now, they're basically the same. I'll be honest. They're pretty much the same. But this one, Baby Snuggle, is softer than Honey Bunny. But Honey Bunny has more structure than Baby Snuggle, if that makes sense. I've used both of these in conjunction with each other. And they've worked really well. These are one of my favorites because, I don't know, it's like stronger than some of the other yarns. It doesn't shed as much. Chenille yarn's gonna shed either way, but it's like more of the amount it sheds and breaks off, and yeah. Really. So, but also since this is softer, it's a little bit more fragile than this one, for sure. Both of them have a lot of colors and are fairly affordable, just such that you have to order it online, but shipping is fast to the US. I got these within a few days after I ordered it from Hobbie's website, which is really fast because they're in Denmark. So highly recommend these two when they're on sale. But here you can kind of see it. This one is bigger than this one, but I think it's just mainly due to my tension, because this is when I started crocheting and the tension was kind of off. So next one up is Parfait Chunky, which is this pretty pink one. It's similar to Honey Bunny and Himalayan Dolphin Baby. But for me, with the batch I had, it felt like the yarn shed more than the others, which was Himalayan and Dolphin Baby. Obviously, Big Twist Posh that barely sheds. And these two. This shed a lot. Not gonna lie. And it felt more fragile than others. Frogging as well was quite destructive. So if I messed up one around and I started pulling it back to fix it, it would just break off parts of the yarn. And I noticed it more on this one than the other ones, how destructive it was. But honestly, the colors I got were beautiful. I got this one and I got a light green color from Hershey's. And I hope I said that right. And those colors are beautiful, honestly. Like, they're stunning. Not a bad yarn, but just middle of the pack. Plus more expensive than others that are similar and a bit more sturdier than it. So I like this yarn, but others are slightly better and cheaper for the price, especially when this is not on sale. This is not really, yeah. So anyway, moving on, we're going to be talking about Himalayan Dolphin Baby, one of my favorite yarns and one of the last Chenille yarns I tried. Why are these eyes? I made its eyes so much bigger than these. I was wondering why it looks so off. Anyway, this one seems smaller than the other yarns, but it worked out to be about the same size. Comes in a great amount of colors, just like Parfait Chunky and Honey Bunny and Baby Snuggle. I got it off of Etsy, which I found was the cheapest way to get it, because you can get it from Amazon if you're in a rush to get a certain color, which is fine, but it's way more expensive than getting it off of Etsy. Now, Etsy has the yarn at a cheaper price, but shipping is quite a bit, just like ice yarns, but it's not as bad as ice yarns, I would say. But yeah, so shipping does take longer than the other ones. Like, it did not come as fast as Hobbie's yarns. It did not come as fast as, or it came about at the same speed as Hershey's with the Parfait Chunky. And this was just regular standard shipping. It was not as soft as Parfait Chunky and others, but it had a nice feel to it. And shedding felt much less compared to the others like Parfait Chunky and Sweet Snuggles Lite. Pricing overall with shipping is less than Parfait Chunky and Honey Bunny. So, yep. So I feel about this one. This is a good one. Bernat Blanket. I have beef with this one. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm mad because I bought 2 skeins of it thinking, oh, let me make a blanket. But as soon as I started making the blanket, I hated it, to be honest. And I made this octo so I can have a comparison of size with this, but I did not like doing it. Even though it wasn't as bad as when I first used it. It just it's soft, but not as soft as these. And the look of it is so rough looking. I don't know. It's so much bigger too. And it kind of hurts my hand as well. Like the Sweet Snuggles big yarn. I don't really like Bernat Blanket. I don't really want to use it again, but I'll use it because maybe I'll give it away. Yeah, maybe I'll give this away. But it doesn't shed like the other ones, which is a bonus, I guess. And it has a good amount of colors that I saw. But yeah, no thank you. Probably not going to use this again unless whatever. But I did see that Premier Parfait Chunky had a version that was, or kind of yarn that was similar to Bernat Blanket, but smaller, and it had prettier colors to me. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. Last but not least, this one that's flipped over, that has been flipped over this whole video. This is Ice Yarn's Chenille Baby. This one is definitely thinner than the others. It's classified as a 4. Most of these are classified as a 5 or a 6, but this one's a 4. I'd say it's about the same size like as Big Twist Posh. Like maybe a little smaller, but it's about the same size as Big Twist Posh. As you can kind of see. Yeah, it's about the same size. But it's way softer than the other yarns. It's softer than Premier Parfait Chunky. I would say Premier Parfait Chunky is one of the softest here in Baby Snuggle, but it's softer than both of those. Also, the pricing out of all the yarns that have to be shipped, it's the lowest one. So it came up to be about 3 cents per gram of skein of yarn, which is really good. And shocking because Ice Yarns, the shipping is crazy. So when you first look at the price, it's like, whoa, that's a lot. But it honestly was one of the cheaper yarns to get after Big Twist Posh, right? It had over 60 different colors, which is really good. Really good, a lot of color options. But a lot of them are out of stock. That's a downside I saw. That a lot of them are out of stock, and you don't really know when they're gonna restock, I guess. But overall, great yarn, but a lot of colors that I wanted to get of this yarn was out of stock. This yarn comes from Turkey and got to my house in about 5 days, and I'm in the US. Shedding is average. It only really sheds when you start sewing with it, but with all these yarns, I do burn the end of the yarn before I start sewing with it. So there's that. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for my review. I still do want to try some more yarns. I actually did try one yarn. It's called Toucan. Maybe I'll post the picture of it, Toucan, on Hobbii. And I'm gonna get a frog I made with it in a second. Okay, here's the lady froggy I made with the Toucan yarn from Hobbii. It is stronger than Honey Bunny. Oh, it's kind of similar to Honey Bunny actually. And it shed less than Honey Bunny. It still shed though, but shed much less than Honey Bunny. I liked it, but it's kind of expensive when it's not on sale. I got it on sale for like $6 or something a skein. But off sale it's like $9, and I think that's not really worth it. So yeah, but it's a good yarn. Hobbii makes really good yarns in my opinion. Anyway, that's it for my review. If I didn't mention shedding for any of these yarns, that means it's average, aka sheds only really when you sew it. I was able to get a magic ring with all of these yarns if I was gentle enough when making it. If I was too rough, even Big Twist Posh, which is one of the sturdier yarns, would break in the magic ring. So if you have tried these yarns before or other ones I haven't tried yet, please leave them down in the comment section below. Cynico out.